Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? I hope you're all doing great. Today's video is a continuation of what I had in the previous video, and this part is just to show you how to create the sleeve, the puff sleeve for the beautiful dress I made in my previous video. So you can go ahead and watch it. I'll link it up also in the description box. So we are creating the sleeve, which is a puff sleeve for this dress. In fixing my sleeve, what I would do is to measure this point from this point to this point, the neckline. And what I have here for the front, I have here 11 inches. Then if I check for the back, I have 12 inches, okay? 11 inches, 12 inches. At the top, that makes it what? 23 inches. The round shoulder measurement for this person is 39, okay? I mean the round shoulder, you understand, it's 39. So if I take away 23 from 39, I have 16. Okay, yeah, 16. So that means 16 is going to be for my two sleeves, right? Two sleeves, 16. So if I split it into two, 16 divided by 2, that is 8. So 8 inches for one sleeve, 8 inches for the other sleeve, okay? Yeah. So setting this aside, I'm going to use this now to cut out my sleeve. So here is what I'm using now. This is going to be a puff sleeve that, like you see on the thumbnail. And I'm also going to add in this plain at the tip of the sleeve. I'm going to add in this plain fabric. So I have this all folded up. So I'm cutting out for the two sleeves together. So the length of the sleeve that I am working with is 23. And what I have here now, like here, what I have here is about 3 inches for this plain. So I'm going to be attaching it to the lower part here. Let's just assume I've attached it this way, okay, with half of an inch. So which means the actual length I have here now from top here to here is 28. Okay, 28. But remember I said what I need is 23 inches. So which means I still have 5 inches extra, right? So this is how the 5 inches is going to work. Now, at the upper part here, there's going to be an elastic. I'm going to be creating an elastic casing. So I'll use 1.5 inches for this upper part. So 1.5 inches is going out here. Then at the lower part, I'm also going to take out 1.5 inches here as well. Okay, which makes it 3 inches gone out of the 5, right? Then I have 2 left. So the 2 inches is going to be for the extras. Now, when you are creating a puff sleeve, because of the elastic you're going to use, there is of course a tendency that the sleeve is going to be shortened because of the pull-up, which is going to, of course, that's the way of creating that puff effect to make it look all beautiful. But because of that, there's going to be a reduction in the length. So it's always advisable you add an extra when you're creating such puff sleeve. Okay, so that even though you're getting the pull-up, you will still have it, not totally jumped up. I hope you understand. Okay, so there's going to be an elastic on the upper part, at the lower part, and also at the center as well. So if I take what I have there is 28, right? Then I get the midpoint 24, or let me do 13. So I'll come here now at this midpoint. I'm also going to be putting in an elastic as well. Okay, so that's it. So once that is done, you see the entire extras has gone in. So once that is done now, I'll now create my curve. Remember we said when I measured out the round shoulder, I took it away from the neck. What I have was 16. Then 16 divided by 2, I said 8 inches for one sleeve, 8 inches for the other sleeve. That 8 inches is what I'm using here now. That 8 inches, I'm still splitting it into 2 again. Why? Because we have this unfold, okay? So, which makes it what? 4 inches, okay? So, for the regular edge shoulder, this is good to go. I'll just create my curve. But then again, because this is a puff, we are creating a puff, there is going to be elastic at this upper part. So I also need to what? Increase what I have here. So I'm not just going to use the 4. I might double it, I might triple it, okay, just to create that puff effect. I hope you understand that. Yeah. So what I will do now, let's assume I triple it, which is 4 times 3 or 12. Let's see that. So if I triple it here, so and I'll come to this edge point here, take away 1.5, come to this edge by 4, then from here I'll just create a puff. Okay, I hope you can see this. Please do not get confused. There's a 1.5 going up away from here for the elastic casing, right? So here is the starting point now, all the way from here. So this is the curve. So this curve is what is going to I'll use to sew up my sleeve on where I have it here. On this my armhole. I hope you understand, on both sides. Okay, take this all the way straight down. That's it. So what I'll do now is I'll match this lower part. Okay, I'll match this lower part. Then at this upper part I'll create my curve. So you can see this now. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'll go create my elastic casing here. I'll also join this to the lower part and also create the elastic casing. Then after that, I would of course come back to show you the next step. So and here guys, I'm done creating the casing. You can see how the outside looks. Look at the upper part and the lower part. You can see this plain fabric here. So the casing for the up and the lower part is ready. Then turning it on the inside, you can see I have a mark here on this center. So I'm also going to be fixing in the elastic here. So I'm making use of this 1/2 inches of elastic. Okay, so what I have here is let's measure what we'll have here. From here to this point we have over 30. Okay, so I could cut out half of it in elastic, so I'll cut out like 15. So I'll just measure like 15. Okay, so it's better to work on this inside, the inside one first. So I'm just going to start sewing from the top here. Just place, you are going to be stitching on this elastic. You make a stitch at the center, but as you stitch you drag. Okay, so it will be pulling up together. You see, it will be bringing the piece together. So you're going to sew, as you're sewing you drag, as you're sewing you drag till you get to the end point here. So when you are done, you're going to have it all brought together. Okay, yeah, so you repeat the same thing for the other side. So once you're done on this center part, then you can now fix in the casing. You use the same length of elastic. So I'll use a safety pin and fix in my elastic on this part, on the upper part and on the lower part as well. It's as easy as that. So once I'm done having it elastic here, 1, 2, 3, then I can now fold it into 2 and I'll now run a stitch on the side. Okay, so that's just what I'm going to do now, and of course I'll come back to show you. And here guys, the sleeve is ready. You can see this is looking all beautiful. Here you can see the tip. The reason for the plain fabric is adding more beauty to the tip of the sleeve. You can see this, so beautiful, very puffy. Yeah, so what is left now is just to attach this to the main piece. So but before I show you that, I want to really point out something. So the inspiration for making this outfit from the previous video, you can see on the thumbnail, what you had there was actually a tube top. And I said that if you want yours to be that way, fine, but this person didn't want hers to be a tube top, so I made it in form of an off shoulder. Okay, yeah, so and of course that's why you have this armhole. So if it was a tube, it wouldn't be having this armhole. Okay, it's going to be all straightened up, right? All straightened up, apart from what you have on the neck. So the side, there will be no armhole like this. Okay, it's going to be all straightened up. So which means for the sleeve as well, we shouldn't have created this armhole we also created here. So it would have been all straightened up as well, just put in the elasticity. So what I would have done now is to just take it. Let's assume this is how it all looks. Okay, there was no armhole created here, assuming that. So what I will do now is just to take one part of the sleeve, the center, and attach it to what I have here. I'll just attach it and sew it, say half inch on one side, half inch on the other, or even 1 inch on one side, so it will just be hanging there this way. Okay, so that was, if you look at the previous video, so you can see this how it was. You just attach the sleeve to it. Okay, so it's as easy as that. But because of course this one is an off shoulder and it has an armhole, so an armhole was also created on the sleeve. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to take this armhole. You can see I have a stitch at the center. I'm just going to match it up. Just allow each hemline to match it up this way. So I'll be sewing this way and also be sewing this other way. So I'll just use a pin to demonstrate this, making sure that both armholes are matching up. So you can see we will now have the sleeve. So this is how it's going to look, and of course I'll repeat the same thing to the other side. So that is it on how to make this beautiful puff sleeve. Thank you so much guys for watching. We have come to the end of today's tutorial. If you find this helpful, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and also remember to on the notification bells by the side. It helps to get notified every single time I upload my weekly videos. To all my subscribers, thank you again. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much. So to do this again in the next tutorial, have a beautiful day.